on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them.
He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there.
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. And I got to tell you, it's March Madness. It wasn't so mad for Texas Southern last night. Couldn't get it done. Could not get it done. Had an awful shooting night from three. 1 for 17. Yo, if you are a three-point shooting specialist coming out of high school, consider Texas Southern. They need you. Yeah, again, TSU men, I got to give you love. Got to give you love. It fell apart. Got within 10, and then all of a sudden it blew up to 20. They lost to Fairleigh Dickinson 81-64. And again, 1 for 17 from three did them in. So there you go. And then as I'm rocking my HBCUs, of course, it was the ladies of Southern. The ladies of Southern, unfortunately, losing, and that was a tough loss for them as well. And let me see. Let me get it up. Yeah, ladies of Southern ended up losing to Sacred Heart 57-47. They suffered from the same thing. So parents, if you got a young lady who can shoot from outside consistently, send her over to Southern. They desperately need it. No shade. I'm trying to help both teams. And I mean that. It's March Madness, and you need somebody who can shoot the rock from distance. So, again, much love to Texas Southern. Much love to Southern University for getting there, but got to be able to knock them down while you're there. Guard play is supreme in the NCAA tournament. Guard play is supreme in the NCAA tournament. So, got some games underway as we speak. Let me get you updated on those. Games underway as we speak. Just before the half, West Virginia and Maryland tied at 28 all. I've got West Virginia in an upset in that one. And then you've got number 4 seed Virginia taking on Furman. And that one's going on down in Orlando. Virginia up 20, make that 19-10. Again, I am rocking with Virginia in that one. Other games from last night in March Madness. Arizona State all over Nevada, 98-73. And, we'll see what Arizona State does in the next round. But again, several games going today. If you did not get your bracket in for the lunch break weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses bracket challenge, I'm sorry, it's too late. The CBSSports.com has locked all brackets. There's nothing I can do. I think we've got 46 brackets. 44 of those are competing for $500 cash. I've got 2 in just to show y'all I know what I'm doing. But 44 of those are competing for $500 cash, and I hope you get that win. I hope you get that dub like Miss Pearl and get it in. All right, so Erica Kenyatta rocking March Madness with her team. Mizzou at 12:30. Now, is that 12:30 your time? Let me see what's happening. Let me see. I got them right here. Yeah, 12:40, Erica, is what I got. 12:40 is what I have. So we'll see. We will see. They got Utah State, and Missouri is a 2-point underdog in that one. So we'll see what has happened, what will happen there. Bill Self is not going to coach in the first round of the March Madness tournament. So when number 1 Kansas takes on another HBCU, the Howard University Bison, they will be without Bill Self. I don't think they'll have any problem. But come on, Howard, let's go ahead and shock the world. That would be good. It's March Madness time, and this is why they play the games. What's going on, Dr. Intellect? Yo, Nope. How are you, my brother? Like no other. On the bond, Doc. On the bond, on the diamond. All right. What's up, Keith Hennick? I'm still tripping that y'all got Baker Mayfield. I'm still tripping that y'all got Bakey. I don't even know what to say, Doc. But you know what? You my dog. You my brother. I'm praying for you, man. We're going to cry this thing out together, man. Hopefully, he will never see the field in a real game. Hopefully, he will never see the field in a real game. But I just don't want that crazy mentality in that locker room. Just don't want that crazy mentality in the locker room. Keith said, I'm still crying. I feel your pain, dog. I feel your pain, man. Hey, at least it's March Madness. There's that. All right, let me take my first break. Got a couple things I want to talk about, and then we'll get out of here. Fast break edition. You know how I do nowadays. It's 30 and gone, all right? All right, y'all, we'll be right back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E. Streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon, and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
Boom, boom, boom. I like that. Go on, Revelations. I like that music. All right, listen. That's just a little bit of what you can get on the BS3 network, changing the way you watch TV. All you got to do is download BS3 TV from your Roku streaming device. Download BS3 TV from your Roku streaming device, and you got us. Now, if you don't have a Roku streaming device, get one. But you can go to bs3network.com. That's BS, the number 3, network.com, and you got us there. All right. All right. Let me get a quick update. I'm going to be updating scores all throughout the day. All right, so right now at the half, Maryland with a 2-point lead over West Virginia, 32 to 30, and then still with about 6 minutes and change to go in the first half. Virginia up 21-17 on Furman. Let me rock some other scores from last night, not just in the March Madness tournament, but there's some great games going on in the NIT. You had number 1 seed Clemson upset by Morehead State last night, 68-64. Good God, what a surprise. Then you had Oklahoma State, their number 1 seed. They beat Youngstown State 69-64. Number 4 seed Florida down. UFC got them 67-49. Johnny Dawkins, Johnny Dawkins and his team got the win. And then Alcorn, one of the HBCUs in the NIT, they went down to North Texas 69-53. Number 2, Sam Houston, they're the number 2 seed. They clipped Santa Clara 58-56. Cincinnati, my hometown team, where my mom graduated, my sister worked forever. Yeah, my cousin went to school, Dwight Jelly Jones. They beat Virginia Tech 81-72. And then, let's see, of course, we already talked about that. And then Utah Valley knocked off number 3 seed New Mexico 83-69. Number 1 seed Oregon, Ducks, Oregon, beat UC Irvine 84-58. So those were the games there. On the women's side in action, you had, let's see, in the first 4, you had Mississippi State knocking off Illinois 70-56. In the NIT women's, Nebraska beat Missouri State and 74-65. And Syracuse beat Kent State 84-56. So I think you're up on everything basketball related at this point. All right, so let's see. Let me get back to these scores. It's March Madness time. And let me tell you what I used to do back in the day. I used to take off for work on the Thursday that March Madness started, and I'd hook up with my frat brothers. We'd find us a nice adult beverage establishment, and we would go and rock all the games because they'd be on all the screens. But let me tell you what else I used to do. I used to get cable. See, back then you had to get cable. I used to get cable for 30 days for the month of March, and I would cancel it after the championship game and the first that first weekend in April. And I would call the cable company like, yo, I take this stuff out. I don't want it no more. Turn it off. And then, oh, Mr. Jones, we got a little special going on. We're going to give it to you for an extra 30 days, da-da-da-da-da. And I would say, yeah, okay. But as soon as that special is up, turn it off. I'm not paying a dime past that special. And man, I did that for years. I had about 35 days of cable. And I got to hang out with my frats on Thursdays, and I got a chance to, rock with them. So let me just tell you, man, it was a lot of fun. Tony, what's going on? Good luck, Mizzou. Good luck, Howard. Appreciate you, man. Give love to Mizzou, because Erica will go crazy if we don't do that. And you got to rock the HBCUs, man. I don't have a Howard shirt. How did I not get a Howard shirt? All those shirts I had, no Howard shirts. Got to get a Howard shirt. Howard shirt. Keith Hennig said, let me see what Keith said. Now, Keith said something pretty interesting. He said, half my family are Mizzou graduates. I'm a Longhorn. Good luck. A lot of people got the Longhorns to win the whole doggone thing. It could happen. This is March Madness, baby. It goes down. It's getting good. March Madness is coming to your hood. Let me stop. I got to quit freestyling because people bite my rhymes. Erica said, thanks to Tony. Tony said, sounds like my dad with the cable. I'm serious, bro. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how we had to do it, man. We had to rock that thing. You get that cable for 30 days. You tell them people you're going to cut it off. They give you another 15, between 15 and 30 days. And I'm like, as soon as that special is up, turn that thing off, because I'm not paying a dime after that special is over. So yeah, man, it was hard on us, man. It was hard on the pimp back in the day. Keith Hennig, Erica says, Keith, if Mizzou can't win, I'm rooting for those horns. Jody Conrad didn't recruit me. I wanted to be a Longhorn. Oh, wow. See, I was today's years old when I found out Erica with a K wanted to be a Longhorn. Keith said, thank you, Erica. My noob said, what are your thoughts on the Mike Adams and Texas Tech situation? Good question. Let me tell you, I spoke on this last week. what got me initially, even before he stepped down, was that he quoted the scripture that talked about slaves to try to motivate his players. And when it was brought to his attention that it was offensive, he claimed he understood, but he did not regret using the scripture that he used. Problem. And then, of course, after that, he got let go, or he stepped down, whatever you want to call it. In my other life, I'm a pastor. I'm the pastor of the whole doggone church. I get that my Bible is not the rule for everybody else to follow. I live by the scriptures. I don't expect everybody else. I want them to, but I'm not going to use those scriptures to motivate, to coerce, to manipulate anybody else. Anybody else. So he blanked around and found out. There you go. That's what I think about it, Newt. All right, Erica with a K, our current situation with YouTube TV. Listen, man, let me tell you something. That YouTube TV, I looked at that thing, and then when I saw how much they were going to charge, I might as well get cable. I might as well get cable. I used to have cable. I was paying like $250. I was paying like $250, and I was traveling 3 weeks out of the month. So I'm paying, watch this now. I'm paying $250 for my sofa to watch the TV turned off. That's what I was paying $250 for. My sofa was getting cable and the TV wasn't even on. Man, listen, when they came out with these streaming devices and cutting the cord and all that, baby, I yanked the cord out the wall. I ain't cut it. I yanked the cord off the wall. Erica said 30-day trial gets us through March Madness. Baby, you got to do what you got to do. It's hard out here for a baller. You know what I'm saying? Baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. Yeah. Keith said, oops, Jody goofed. Most definitely. The intellect, problem indeed. Got to know better. Shaking my head, a big setback for sure. You know what? I feel like they're going to be all right, though. Everybody thought they was going to fall through the cracks when your boy left for the UT, and they didn't. They dropped off a little bit this year, but clearly there were other problems going on. So bring the right coach in there. You know, something about Lubbock, man. They can recruit up there. So they'll be all right. Just bring somebody who's got some common sense. You know, you can't be using slavery scriptures to motivate a team of mostly black players. You just can't do that, man. If you don't know that in 2023, I can't help you. And I don't want to hear this craziness. Oh, that's woke politics. Let me ask y'all this question. It's not Freestyle Friday, but I got to get this in because it's blowing my mind. How can people be running around with all these doggone conspiracy theories, you know, QAnon and one of the Kennedys coming back to life and Donald Trump is really still the president and he is controlling the military and all of that? You can come up with all these crazy behind conspiracy theories, but everybody else is woke. What? Are you kidding me? Everybody else is woke, but you think that they selling kids to sex slave people in furniture from Wayfair? I'll just be woke then. If the opposite of being woke is thinking like that, I'll be woke. Thank you. I appreciate it. Call me woke some more. I'm woke. I'm woke. I'm so woke. I'm woke. And I woke up some more. Good God almighty. All right. So let me get to these scores. Hey, what's up, BS3? We get to these scores. Still at the half. Maryland, West Virginia, they chilling. And then so far, with about 3:53 left in the first half, you got Virginia with a 5-point lead over Furman, 27-22. Is there anything else out there? I think that's it for right now. All right, let me go to our brackets. Let me go. BS3. Don't make sense, AJ. I'm just saying, people think the craziest poop in the world, and that's normal. But if I don't want to believe that Columbus discovered America, which was not lost, and oh yeah, by the way, he never set foot on the whole goddamn continent. Yeah, okay. All right. The intellect. Yes, I love the facilities are phenomenal. That's my alarm mata, and I see them. I've seen them. They got it popping out there. Great support for the programs. Intellect, man, you got to come on the show more often, Doc. Keith Hennick said, please don't get unwoke. I'm not. I refuse to go back to sleep. I done took which pill got you out of the Matrix? Was it the blue pill or the red pill? I need my Matrix fans to tell me what's up. Was it the blue or the red? All right, so anyway, let me get to the brackets. We got 46 brackets, 44 of them competing for $500. We got Alexis. She's in. Alice McGaffey's in. Amber Malcolm. I love Amber. Hey, Amber. She's in. Amber Shaw is in. She was one of the finalists in the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. Of course, there's me. I'm going to win it all, but I'm not going to take the money. Ben Sutter III's got a couple of brackets in. Chi-Town's got his brackets in. Christian Rose, he's got UT. Clarence has 2 brackets. CJ has got her brackets in. Courtney Harden's got a couple in. Emmanuel, one of the finalists in the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Challenge. He going with Alabama. Erica Cross has got her 2 brackets in. And she did. She went with her 2 teams. She went with UT and Mizzou. We'll see. Jameis Jeter has got a couple of brackets. Corey Isabel's got a couple. Big Mike had to go with his Crimson Tide, Roll Tide. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. Milo's got his brackets in. Miss Pearl didn't go with any. She went with Purdue and U of H. And after the way she took that money from the Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, she might be on to something. Sheridan's got her brackets. Stephanie Bisco got Alabama and UK. Stephanie Love has got Kansas. All right. And got UK. Todd Malcolm's got his 2 brackets. Vinny Hardy is in. Wallace Snowden, Willie Gibson, and Preston Love. So, again, appreciate all of y'all tuning in. Somebody's going to win that $500 cash. The intellect say, ha, 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 at Unwoke. I'm not, Doc, can't do it. Not going to do it. Especially with these folks not knowing what the Hades they're talking about. Tony said it was the red pill. Figures it was that red pill that got folks out of the Matrix. Yeah. So anyway, Alabama report came out today that there was a 4th player. Previously unreported 4th player at the scene of a murder that cost a young lady her life. And again, all talk is about Miller and him providing the gun and still being allowed to play. All I'm going to say is this, is Alabama threw all caution to the wind. They just bump it. We've got a team that can possibly win the national championship, and we're not stopping this train for nothing. And I mean that when I say that. I'm not just saying it because it's Alabama. I'd say it if it was the Ohio State. I would say it if it was Notre Dame. I would say it if it was UT. If there were 4 players and you did your internal research and you did not identify the 4th player, again, they threw all caution to the wind. They were like, we are not going to sit Miller down. We are not going to sit this 4th player down. The only reason why they sat the other 2 down is one of them was a trigger man, and the other one was the one that handed him the gun to kill the poor young lady. And my sincere prayers go out to that family. I don't like schools like that because, again, this is where college sports it's the dark side of college sports. If y'all remember Baylor, I'm not talking about Art Briles Baylor. I'm talking about with the basketball program when the head coach literally covered up another teammate killing a player. That coach is coaching in America, by the way, right now. I don't know if y'all remember Penn State when the university basically covered up multiple reports of sexual assault from a coach under Joe Paterno against young boys. All I'm saying is these are the times when college sports becomes more about the money than it is about doing the right thing. And Alabama, if you look at history, if you look at Baylor, both football and basketball, if you look at Penn State, if you look at some of these other schools that had major problems like that, it does not bode well for them. Mama and grandma used to always say, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And all they did was respond back to the published report that your facts are wrong. Are they? Are they really? Are their facts wrong, or is how you handled this whole situation wrong? I played college athletics. I know that people who have done far less were suspended and not able to play over bad choices, bad decisions. Not mistakes. Mistakes is putting a red sock in with some white clothes and everything turns pink. That's a mistake. Bad choices and bad decisions are something totally different. Plenty of people have had to miss out on their opportunity to play. Many of teams have missed out on all their opportunity to win championships. And I know Bama right now is going on one of those, it's us against the world. Everybody's against us. It's us against the world. We got to pull together. It's just us, the Crimson Tide. That's the wrong message. That's the absolute wrong. It's not you against the world. Alabama decided to not report this fourth player. Alabama is deciding to not believe the report, even if they didn't know there was a fourth player involved. And Alabama is the one is deciding to still let these kids play, in spite of the fact that they should be sitting down and dealing with the life issues of the bad decisions that they made. I'm sorry, that's my thought on it. You ain't got to agree with me. It's not our opinion, it's mine. Okay, all right. The intellect. Penn State became trash to me after that. Baylor too, but people are scary in their morals and thinking. It's facts, bro. Those are facts. What you just said, facts. Erica, I'm with you. Black women's lives matter. And the fact that this young lady's life was taken by members of the Alabama basketball program, Alabama should have handled this in a total different. Well, should all the kids suffer? Because I didn't say all the kids should suffer. We now know of 4 kids involved in this deal. Neither one of them should be involved with this basketball team right now, period. When he does the trigger finger to the crowd. I know. And they're not even handling it well with the kid coming out. He needs to be, if he's out there, which he shouldn't be, he needs to be the most still, quiet young man coming out. They need not even somebody should just introduce his name without any hype, any excitement to it, and get on about it. So anyway, let me give you a quick score update, and then let me get out of here. All right, halftime for the second game, Virginia up 32-27 right now over Furman, and then Maryland and West Virginia about to come out of the half, 32-30 there. All right, so I'm sure y'all heard the quarterback from Green Bay is going to the Jets. Jets, I've been warning y'all. Last time y'all got a quarterback for Green Bay, how'd that work out? These two are peas in a pod, okay? One is robbing poor black people in Mississippi of their money. The other one just can't close his mouth about anything that really matters. You know what I mean? It's just like, we don't want to see your stanky toe. You lied about being vaccinated versus immunized, and everybody ain't out to get you. And again, here we are, the cancel culture and woke mob. Stop lying and stop, doing crazy stuff, and you'll be all right. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right. So anyway, that quarterback is going to the Jets. So, we'll see what works out for Green Bay there. If I was Bakey, I would have gone there. But we'll see what he does down there in Tampa. And then Jameis Winston decided he's going to stay in New Orleans and be the backup quarterback to Derek Carr. I'm mad at Jameis. Y'all say a whole lot bad about Jameis Winston, and he has shown more maturity and more wisdom than a lot of people can even imagine. So, I like it. Some other good quarterbacks out there. Jacoby Brissett is out there. Tyrod Taylor apparently is available. So we'll see where some of those guys go. What's going to happen with Ryan Tannehill? What's going to happen there? Still wondering to see what's going to happen there with Ryan Tannehill. Again, got to see what's going on. And then, of course, Carolina got the number 1 pick in the upcoming draft. I think that they're going to go with Will Levis. I hope they do. And then all the Texan fans can quit crying, because you'll still get your pick of either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. So anyway, I got to get ready to go, man. Let's go Cougs later on today. Texas Southern, congratulations on making it to the big dance. Now get out there and recruit some pure shooters recruit some pure shooters. Howard University rooting for you today. Alcorn, great run in the NIT. Jackson State ladies are going to be rocking in the women's NIT, so we'll see how that goes. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it except tune in tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. If you think I was off the chain today, well, just wait till you hear me tomorrow. All right, y'all. Take care.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today, it's Friday Eve, Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Number 1. Over 4 months ago, Shanquella Robinson went on a Mexican vacation with a group of unidentified acquaintances, but the 25-year-old woman never returned to her family in their Charlotte, North Carolina home. News sites reported the group with whom Shanquella Robinson traveled allegedly blamed her death on alcohol poisoning. However, an autopsy later concluded she suffered trauma to her neck and spine. In a video that went viral shortly after her death, Robinson is seen being severely beaten by another woman in a hotel room while at least 2 people in the room watched and recorded the incident. The family is now reaching out to the White House for answers and help. Number 2, payments of $5 million to every eligible Black adult, the elimination of personal debt and tax burdens, a guaranteed annual income of at least $97,000 for 250 years, and homes in San Francisco for just $1 per family. These are just some of the recommendations a city-appointed reparations committee made Tuesday in response to an age-old question. What would it take to atone for the centuries of U.S. slavery and generations of systemic racism? Some supervisors have said San Francisco cannot afford any major reparations payments right now, given the city's deep deficit and a tech industry downturn. Number 3, another major insulin maker has promised steep price cuts as pressure grows on drug makers and insurers to trim the cost of a medication that millions of Americans need. Novo Nordisk said Tuesday it will slash some of its U.S. insulin prices up to 75% starting next year. The American Diabetes Association says more than 8 million Americans use insulin, which the body needs to convert food into energy. Number 4, Irvin Charlie, a 34-year-old Black man who was diagnosed with schizophrenia, experienced an episode March 19, 2022 at a family home in Richland County, South Carolina. Charlie's sister called 911 to report that her brother had pulled a knife on her brother, stepfather, and mother. The deputy who was called to the home deployed his taser, but it did not connect, and Charlie charged him. The deputy then shot Charlie 4 times in the torso. He succumbed to his injuries. Number 5. A white student at the University of South Florida was reportedly denied mental health services because he was not a member of the Black, Indigenous, and People of Color community, or BIPOC. On October 5, 2022, Davis filed a complaint with the USF's Office of Compliance and Ethics, eventually receiving a response February 8th of this year, according to Campus Reform. The university released a statement saying the counseling center staff works with each student individually to provide services based on their request and clinical need. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Doing the right thing in relationships is essential to having a great relationship. Join me live today on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central as we continue our salute to Women's History Month in partnership with the American Heart Association.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
world record. And I lost concentration and I fall off that hurdle. I was devastated.
Posición game ball de Canadá, dominando la prueba, y la estadounidense Sharifa Backsdale está en...
When I fell over that hurdle, it ended my career. And then all of a sudden, my coach grabs me by the throat. And I was going through some paperwork and seeing that he had spent 10 years in prison. And I was just like floored. It turned to domestic violence. I was terrified. So if I left, I don't know if I was going to die. My family didn't know if they was going to get a phone call to say that Sharifa was dead.
8910 radio, I said a vehicle took a shot at me. Southbound on East 95th.
Broke the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles. Represented the United States of America.
Imagine being on the biggest, fastest roller coaster that you have ever been on. That's the way my life was for 20 years.
I never had no trouble out of her being what she wanted to be. Because if this is what she wanted to be a runner, well, God bless her, and he did.